If you've seen the last 2 weeks of my video blogs, you'll know that I've been visiting the RMK Marine shipyard in Tuzla, near Istanbul in Turkey. I first visited there earlier this year and I was fascinated to learn that they're actually part of a huge industrial group of companies that are significant players in the world of manufacturing. They've built some beautiful motor yachts, sensational sailing yachts, and also have some very interesting projects underway. This third video in the series takes a look at a very significant part of the RMK Marine business though, and you will be amazed at just what this company can do with some older yachts, in some cases some very old yachts, as we look at just 2 examples of the restoration and refit projects. In 2012, this beautiful 45-meter yacht was purchased by new owners who had a very clear idea of how they wanted to use the yachts and what changes they wanted to make. They bought her to RMK Marine and embarked on an epic refit project that would lead to stunning results. Even the aluminium hull of the yacht was to be changed as the RMK Marine team lengthened her by a full 2 meters. Giving the yacht a larger swim platform at the aft, and also changing the hull colour to a very subtle and elegant shade of grey called Kingston Grey. As large and significant a project as that was though, it barely scratched the surface of the work that the owners wanted to do on this yacht. This was to be a family yacht, and the family were keen enthusiasts of photography, art and fossil collections. They worked together with the RMK team and with Italian design company Hotlab to totally renew the interior and to create this magnificent, luxury, bespoke interior that reflected their tastes and their interests. The project was huge. According to Antonio Romano of Hotlab, the only thing left of the original interior was the handrail of the central stairwell, and even that was converted into a work of art. This family knew exactly what they wanted, and I suspect that large family meals were an important feature for them. As you walk into the main lounge, a huge dining table greets you, big enough for 14 people. In addition to this, there are 2 convertible coffee tables that can be used to seat 4 people each for dining, so that the yacht can host formal dining for 20 people. To do this, the very layout of the yacht had to be changed so that the previously separated lounge and dining areas were united into one large open area. Changes to the layout below deck were made too so that the yacht could accommodate more crew. This was done by reducing the size of the yacht's laundry and adding an extra crew cabin. Literally, no deck was left untouched, as even the sun deck was rearranged. Teak decking added, and the sunbathing area increased to 18 square meters. In my opinion, Keyla is a perfect example of what can be done if you buy a yacht that has the basic platform that you like, but is absolutely not fitted out to your tastes and requirements. The family that owned Keyla worked very closely with the designers and with RMK Marine and sailed away with the absolute yacht of their dreams. I have to say though that when I first spoke to RMK Marine about the production of this video, they drew a distinction between a refit project and a restoration project. Now when they spoke about a full restoration, they used a particular yacht as an example that I'd seen here some time ago, and when I did see it, I literally stopped in my tracks and my jaw hit the floor. It is impossible to be anything other than mesmerized when you first set eyes upon this stunningly beautiful 26-meter motor sailor called Romola. When I first saw her, she was in a protective enclosure in the RMK Marine shipyard, and it was like stepping out of 2018 and into 1903, which is when this yacht was built. I was so impressed with what really is a piece of luxury yachting history that the shipyard offered to launch the yacht and take me out on a sea trial during my latest visit there. As you can imagine, I didn't need much persuading. Let me tell you, at sea, Romola is an absolute delight to be on board. Her engine is quiet, there's no vibration. You could easily be on a brand new yacht, except for this is so much more of a special experience somehow. But this part of the vlog is not to showcase the yacht per se, but rather to use her as an outstanding example of what RMK can do when restoring a historic yacht such as this. During the cruise, I took a look below deck, and the degree of thought and attention to detail that had gone into restoring the interiors was immediately apparent. The woods, the leathers, the styling, it was all in keeping with the era in which this yacht was built. Everything had been executed to a very high standard indeed. There was no creaking or squeaking from bad joinery or loose fittings. The yacht felt very solid and new. Hard to believe it was well over 100 years old. In my opinion, this is what makes for a truly great restoration. Keeping the appearance of the yacht unchanged, updating just the really necessary things such as navigational equipment, but keeping that beautiful deck hardware, and when things need to be replaced, then replacing them with authentic materials of the day so that the heart and soul of the yacht stays intact. This is a yacht that any owner would feel incredibly proud to own. And it is that pride in their work that stood out to me during my time at the RMK Marine shipyard. Actually, while I was there was another classic yacht having some work being done to it. Not as old as Romola and not with as extensive work done to it as Romola, but nonetheless a very classic, beautiful old yacht. And Uzgur Newman, who's the yachting department director there, he spoke extensively about the lengths that they went to ensure that they found authentic material and they did the work in a way that the owner would be satisfied with it. As a matter of fact, I met the couple that owned that particular yacht and I stayed in contact with them through email. Now, I didn't solicit from them any sort of testimonial, any sort of positive feedback whatsoever about RMK Marine. As a matter of fact, what I did do was I just sent them a link to my YouTube channel, hoping they'd subscribe and watch my videos. But I heard from them a few days ago and they sent a glowing report of their experience at that shipyard, saying that a lot of the work that was done actually exceeded their expectations. Now that, in my opinion, is worth listening to. Don't listen to me, I'm a yacht broker with a YouTube channel. Don't listen to the shipyard. Of course, they're going to say good things about the work that they do. But do listen to clients, do listen to people that have used their services and then unsolicited give a very, very positive feedback of the experience. That's worth listening to, and that tells me that RMK are a yard worth taking into serious consideration for refit and restoration work. My experience of dealing with RMK Marine has been very, very positive indeed. Not just learning about how they make up a part of a very large industrial group of companies, but also observing the way they go about doing their business. There's no big fanfare or over-the-top marketing that can sometimes happen with yacht builders. They just quietly go about the business of building, refitting, and restoring some very beautiful yachts indeed. Now, there's been some comments recently on my YouTube channel that I only ever speak well about yachts and I only ever speak well about yacht builders, and that's absolutely true. I'm not here to criticize the way that people do their business. If I think that somebody produces a very bad quality product or that they're dishonest, I just won't cover them in my YouTube channel at all. In the case of RMK Marine, though, I wouldn't hesitate to recommend them for refits, restoration and building yachts to any of my clients. And if you are watching this channel and you either own a yacht or you work on a yacht, I'd happily recommend them to you too. Now, with the Monaco and the Cannes boat shows fast approaching, future vlogs will probably be orientated around those two shows. However, for sure, RMK will feature in future vlogs, especially as that 58-meter project continues and goes ahead, and I'm sure they'll be coming out with other interesting projects too. Make sure that you don't miss out on any of that great material by subscribing to my channel.